In this module, we'll describe the history of work on environmental justice and cumulative impacts at CalEPA and how this led to the development of CalEnviroScreen. Senate Bill 89 was passed in 2000 and required the creation of an environmental justice working group and public advisory committee to assist CalEPA in developing an interagency environmental justice strategy. Later in 2004, CalEPA released an Environmental Justice Action Plan, which committed CalEPA to develop guidance on cumulative impact analysis, precautionary approaches, and tools to improve public participation and capacity building in the agency's work. CalEPA's own interagency working group on environmental justice adopted a definition of cumulative impacts. This definition has been used to guide the work that resulted in the development of the CalEnviroScreen tool. The Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment, or OEHHA, was designated to lead development of cumulative impacts guidance. OEHHA has since focused on the scientific basis for concern about cumulative impacts and the technical methods for assessing them. A work group of stakeholders from a variety of backgrounds was also formed to provide advice to CalEPA and OEHHA on cumulative impacts. This Cumulative Impacts and Precautionary Approaches, or CEPA, work group included stakeholders representing academia, regulatory agencies, environmental organizations, community groups, industry, and agricultural groups. The work group met many times and provided valuable direction and feedback to OEHHA and CalEPA on cumulative impacts. As part of the initial guidance on cumulative impacts analysis, OEHHA released a report called Cumulative Impacts: Building a Scientific Foundation in 2010. This report reviewed the scientific evidence related to cumulative impacts. The report summarized numerous studies which showed that multiple pollution sources are disproportionately concentrated in low-income communities with high minority populations. It also reviewed studies showing that some communities with low income or low educational attainment have an increased sensitivity to pollution, and that this combination of multiple pollutants and increased sensitivity can result in higher cumulative pollution impacts. In this report, OEHHA proposed a screening tool to evaluate cumulative impacts across California. This pilot screening tool became the foundation for CalEnviroScreen. Between 2011 and 2017, versions 1.0 to 3.0 of CalEnviroScreen were released. Version 3.0, released in January of 2017, built upon previous versions and made improvements in both data and methodology. For all versions, OEHHA conducted a robust public process for receiving external feedback and comments on the draft versions of the tool. OEHHA held numerous workshops across the state, many in communities facing multiple pollution burdens. At the workshops, OEHHA provided information on the proposed approach and the environmental and population data that were included. OEHHA gathered feedback from local residents and stakeholder groups. Many of the comments and feedback have been incorporated into changes made for all versions of the tool.